Hello, Jenny.
Nice to meet you.
And you, come in.
Thanks.
Let me show you through to the kitchen, Jenny.
That's great. Wow. This is a dream kitchen.
Yeah, it's recently finished actually, so it's taken me a while, but it's all my retro influences.
So where did you find the table and chairs?
Well, fun enough, they came from Canada.
Of course. I can kind of tell. They've got a hint of maple.
Yeah, just basically through the internet and probably over 8 months of research, just slowly getting things together, you know.
And you got something everywhere. And I see a little something over there. Is that your artwork?
These are the pieces, my most recent pieces. They're drying on the radiator.
Oh.
And I've got almost finished piece over here, which I'm still working on for my future show. Basically, I've always been inspired by 50s and 60s culture, music and style.
Yeah.
So hence my my Lambrettas, I think there's Vespers mixed in there, with the classic British sort of target. It links into my London work because obviously the 60s was swinging in London.
Right.
I was born in the 60s
Yeah.
and my parents were young, so that's part of what I do.
And Paul, beyond what we have right here in front of me, there are pictures everywhere. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
This one's called London 2012.
Right.
So in that particular piece you'll be able to see obviously the Queen's Flotilla, reference to Mo Farah and Bradley Wiggins.
And the fellow with the hat and cigar?
That's obviously Churchill. It's in Parliament Square where there's actually a statue of Churchill. There's a 1967 Beetle driving around Parliament Square, which is what I had until recently.
This your beetle here? You can so see your love of London.
I always put a shamrock on the south side of the Thames because
Right.
my grandfather was Irish and an artist, an actor, and basically he lived in between Tower Bridge and London Bridge, and obviously I visited him every weekend growing up as a child. I used to watch him paint and in his studio. So
is he your sort of inspiration? Is that how you got started? And
he's my first major inspiration.
Yeah, your mentor.
Yeah.
He's your grandfather. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And so can you show me where the shamrock is?
Yeah, yeah.
Red is the only color
Yeah.
I think that you use.
It's purely because it's such an iconic London image.
Great.
It's a Route Master London bus. My dad, when I was growing up, was a bus driver, so I used to go and sit behind him in the cab because it's a one single cab,
Yeah.
so I used to knock on the window while he was driving.
Okay, so if they looked in the dictionary for London guy, this would be you.
Well,
It would say
yeah.
see Paul.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Your face out of my face. I've got the courage of my contradictions. But this isn't love, it's a blind addiction. Is this me in the age of reason? Maybe I'm mad for wanna believe it. I can't even see you grieving. I can't even see you believing. I'll see you next Tuesday, baby. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'll see you next Tuesday.
And there could be no truer words than here with Paul Hiles at his show. We went to his house the other day, and now we're going to go talk to some people and see what they think about his outstanding work.
I've known Paul for quite a long time, about 15 years. I think with respects to his art, I knew that he was very talented. He was kind of in denial that he was very talented. So quite a few of us encouraged him to progress his art and apply for art exhibitions and competitions. One of his most successful prizes is the Derwent Prize, an international prize at the Mall Galleries in London that he won about 3 years ago. But he's done several exhibitions all over the country, and there's quite a lot of people who admire his work on his website from all over the world. So yeah, he's done really well. We're all really proud of him. He's a fantastic person as well. He's got a very good sense of humour, and he's I think the most striking thing is he's very passionate about his work. He works really hard producing this work after his day job as well, till the early hours of the morning.
Where do you know how to start on these? I mean, did you just...
Yeah, I basically do the curvature of the art first.
Okay, yeah, because I wondered that, because I was looking at the sort of perspective that it...
That's right, yeah. And then I balance out my sky and earth, so I get the percentage there and see if it works. And then I try and get focal points.
And is it all true, or is there some... No,
it's not true.
I've known him for a number of years because he used to work with my husband.
Okay.
So we have been going to all his exhibitions.
And so you've seen him progress through time?
Yes, and I have been to his house. I have seen how he paints in his kitchen.
Right. I went to his house.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We hope he becomes world famous.
People are starting to turn up now, so it's great. People look at my work.
What do you think about with Courtyard Arts, where you began?
Yeah, it's fantastic because I remember having my first show there in 2007. I did a science degree, and then I started to focus on my art, which I hadn't done for a few years, and it's developed to the point where we are now, which is quite amazing, like a 9-year span.
Yeah.
So I feel quite proud.
I would think so. And do you often get back to Courtyard? Is that something that you...
Yeah, I go there most months to be honest, just to see what's on, other people, other artists, to see what they're producing. And people are always nice and friendly there, so I'm always welcome. So.
Yeah.
Getting back into my creativity was a great thing, and they were just so friendly and helpful. It just seemed natural to sort of to ask them this time, actually, years later. Because I'm used to showing in London, so to show in Hertfordshire is slightly different for me, but it's great because they're such helpful, nice people.
Right. And so for young artists now, do you see a really important place for Courtyard into the future?
Yeah, definitely, because I think a few days ago they were interviewing for an artist in residence, and they had 4 completely different genres and different types of art, so I feel they're just sort of pushing the barriers a bit, and we need that sort of thing in Hertfordshire, just like this, like a creative hub. This is the iconic 1962 Lambretta, which is a major collector's item now, and mint condition. It's just the style of it, isn't it? Italians had style, you know. We don't, you know, that's why it was used in London.
Yeah.
Purely for style, not for speed.
So Pierre, what do you think, your first night and your first show?
Well, I'm really excited about it. I mean, it was a bit tricky putting all the work up, but I think it's been worth it. And Paul is a really fantastic artist. He's produced some memorable images, and you can see he's very passionate about it. So I'm very glad to be involved in it.
Yeah. It says a lot for Courtyard, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's amazing to get someone like Paul for the Courtyard, and long may that continue.
Yeah. Hear, hear.
Seems you're leaving.